March 20th, 1602. Amsterdam. A handful of merchants signed a contract. They didn't know it yet. This signature would change the world. The Dutch East India Company, VOC. On this day, the first modern joint stock company was born. What they created wasn't just a company. It was an innovation, permanent capital and transferable shares. And then, something even more revolutionary happened. They made these shares available to anyone. Not just nobles, not just merchants, ordinary citizens, bakers, shoemakers. Anyone could invest in the riches of the East Indies. Anyone could spread their risk. Amsterdam. VOC shares were traded, and a modern secondary stock market took shape. This was the democratization of economics. But here's the stunning truth. The Dutch Republic's population at that time was estimated at only 1.5 to 2 million. 1/7 of Spain's population. 1/12 of France's. A small nation tucked away in a corner of Europe. And yet, this tiny country dominated the world. The 17th century, known as the Golden Age, the Netherlands became the center of world trade. In certain spices, they held strong control over supply and pricing, wielding enormous influence in global markets. How? The answer lay in a system called VOC. Traditional trade meant a single merchant owned the ship. One voyage could mean bankruptcy. But VOC was different. Thousands of investors pooled their capital. Risk was distributed. Profits were shared. This allowed VOC to raise massive funds. They could operate large fleets. And then, VOC took an even bolder strategy. They established permanent bases in the East. 1619. Jan Pieterszoon Coen conquered Jakarta, Batavia. This became their Asian headquarters. They were merchants and rulers at once. They controlled not just trade, but territory. However, VOC's dominance wasn't limited to treaties and commerce. It involved coercion, violence, and slavery. Recent research and museum exhibitions treat this aspect with greater weight. VOC wasn't just a company. At its peak, it employed around 30,000 people, including a private army of 10,000 soldiers. They owned not just merchant vessels, but warships. At various times, they commanded tens of thousands of troops and numerous ships. They signed treaties, waged wars, and governed territories. The company wielded authority and power, rivaling a nation-state. Dutch ambitions weren't limited to the East. 1624. They began expansion into North America. And in 1626, Peter Minuit acquired Manhattan Island. According to tradition, it was obtained for 60 guilders worth of goods. However, the exact scope and modern equivalent remain debated. New Amsterdam, the future New York, and then their most astonishing success, Japan. 1641. The Dutch secured exclusive trading rights at Dejima. In isolationist Japan, they were the only Western nation permitted to trade. This exceptional status lasted approximately 218 years, until the opening of ports in 1859. Why was only the Netherlands allowed? They had no religious ambitions. They didn't proselytize. They sought pure trade alone. The Japanese shogunate valued that. What fueled Dutch success? Shipbuilding. By the mid-17th century, the Netherlands became the world's largest shipbuilder. Dutch ships accounted for much of Europe's merchant shipping capacity, monopolizing global maritime transport. Their shipbuilding technology was revolutionary. The Fluit. Fast, economical, and operable with minimal crew. This vessel powered Dutch trade, and the Dutch sparked financial innovation too. Currency exchange, insurance systems, futures trading. All of these flourished in Amsterdam. The Bank of Amsterdam became central to international settlements, fulfilling roles akin to modern central banking functions. Trade and finance. When these two united, the Dutch were unstoppable. But success breeds enemies. England. The Anglo-Dutch Wars. 4 conflicts were fought. From 1652 to 1654, 1665 to 1667, 1672 to 1674, and 1780 to 1784. England viewed Dutch trade dominance as a threat. 1667. The Second Anglo-Dutch War. The Dutch fleet sailed up the Medway River. They launched a surprise attack on England's naval base. The English fleet suffered devastating losses. This victory demonstrated Dutch military might, but it also hardened England's resolve. And then, history took an unexpected turn. 1688. The Glorious Revolution. Dutch stadtholder William III ascended to the English throne. The Netherlands and England, former enemies, now shared the same king. This was a Dutch diplomatic victory, but it also signaled England's rise. The 18th century. The winds began to shift. England rose rapidly. The Industrial Revolution. An explosive increase in industrial power. Strengthened naval forces. The Dutch gradually lost their advantage. Why? The Netherlands was a commercial nation, but England became an industrial power. Commerce alone could no longer dominate the world. And then, the decisive defeat. From 1780 to 1784. The Fourth Anglo-Dutch War. The Dutch were devastated. British naval supremacy threatened sea routes, leading to seizures and soaring insurance costs. VOC's financial crisis became terminal. 1795. Revolutionary France occupied the Netherlands. The new government ordered VOC's dissolution. In 1799, its charter expired and was liquidated, with assets and debts transferred to the state. 197 years after its founding. The company that ruled the world quietly closed its doors. But VOC's legacy didn't vanish. The joint stock company system. The stock exchange as an institution. The concept of risk distribution. All of these became the foundation of modern capitalism. Today, trading occurs on stock markets worldwide. Their prototype exists in Amsterdam, 1602. Meanwhile, modern reflection acknowledges that this prosperity was built on the suffering of colonized peoples. In 2023, the Dutch king issued a historic apology for slavery. Light and shadow. Understanding both sides is what it means to learn from history. So what can we learn from this story? The Netherlands wasn't a vast empire. Estimated population, 1.5 to 2 million. Resources were limited, and yet they dominated the world. Why? Because they created an innovative system, the joint stock company, a mechanism to distribute risk and pool capital, shipbuilding technology, efficient and economical vessels, financial innovation, systems to mobilize capital. Size doesn't matter. Innovation changes the world. Let me ask you this. Innovation always begins in small places. Even without great power, you can change the world. In this era, where will the next VOC emerge? Even with limited resources, a small nation or modest means, with an innovative system, history moves. The idea you have right now might just be the next system that changes the world. Share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for experiencing this story with me today. The tale of how 1.5 million Dutch people dominated the world. It was a story of innovation and courage. On this channel, we explore the decisions of those who stood at history's turning points and the lessons we can draw from them. In the next video, I want to bring you another story that expands your perspective. Subscribe and like to help this journey continue. Until next time.